Alright, last one. We only have to do 10 Master Thief trials, whatever they're called. Master Thief Sprint. We only have to do 10 of these for the trophy, so we don't have to do all of them in the whole game. We're still going to for fun, but for the platinum, this will be the last one we need to do. I figured this would be a good finale because this level's really fun. It's one of the Carmelita levels. Probably my favorite level as a kid. Because, you know, dragon. I like dragons. And these Carmelita levels were always my favorite because they're cool. I feel like they gave us... Ooh, okay. That was not ideal. I feel like they gave us a lot of time for this level. We'll see how tight it is. I was gonna see if I could cheat this section, but oh, don't fall. Oh, no. That ain't gonna work. Out of Sly, Ratchet, and Jak and Daxter, which would you say was your favorite? I gotta say, it's a really hard toss-up between Sly and Ratchet. I think I would have to say Ratchet. I had a lot of really fond memories playing Ratchet with my buddy, especially Deadlocked. And I think that the Ratchet games are better games. I know Up Your Arsenal got like 10 out of 10s when it came out, very rightfully, and I also think that Deadlocked is a super underrated game. But all the Ratchet games are really good. Sly has Sly 1, which I think is a masterpiece of PS2 3D platformers. And then Sly 2 and Sly 3, I personally really love. And I think they're good games, but I don't think they're quite as, I guess, revolutionary or, like, perfect for the time as Sly 1. I mean, they did have, like, the open world aspect, which was really cool for the time, but I liked them more because I was just super into, like, what do you call it? Like, secret agent stuff. Like, I remember I bought one of those, like, goofy secret agent sets with, like, the notebook that you could, like, lock, and key, or locks you could, like, lockpick, and invisible ink and stuff, you know. So I was, like, really into that as a kid. So, like, Sly Cooper probably is part of the reason why I even got into that kind of stuff in the first place. But yeah, I think I have more fond memories with Ratchet, and I also think they're better games. Jak and Daxter, I love the first one. Jak 2 and 3 I never vibed with as much. I liked them, but they were not, like, absolute favorites for me. So I do really like Jak and Daxter, but I wouldn't put them on the same level as Sly and Ratchet for me. Some people, though, I know, like, Jak is their favorite game from this era, and I totally get why. Am I gonna make it? I like how she just doesn't say anything. So we're doing the time trial. Nice. We got it. There it is. The Sly Cooper PS4 Classics Port Platinum. Where's it at? There it is. A Cooper's Pride. Let's jump over to the trophy list and throw this one in. All right, so here we are, our 178th Platinum. We have, so PS5, since it's the PS4, PS5 port. I don't think I usually list like both. I just list whatever console I put it on, or whatever console I personally beat it on. Unless it's like specifically a physical PS4 game like Kingdom Hearts 3. So PS5, Sly Cooper, and the Thievius Raccoonus. Should I put like Classics port, maybe? Would be the best. I don't know if they like have a special listing for this on PSN profiles. Let me see. Usually I go by whatever PSN profile says. Let's see. Yeah, it just has it listed as the same exact thing, so... what is... Oh, there's a PS4 version as well of the same exact port, I think. Yeah. So we can actually do this again on PS4, I think, which is kind of silly. I don't know why they split them. But anyways. So we'll just put Classics port. This was a project that I wanted to do. Specifically, I wanted to compare the trophies between this and the PS3 version, because if you see up here, way back, my 22nd platinum trophy, which is crazy to think. When did I get... I'm actually curious if I can go to my profile here. When did I get this platinum? May... Can you see that? You can't see that. Let me just flip it over real quick so you can see. The 27th of May, 2011. That's when I got the PS3 trophy. That's wild. So 14 years ago. What in the world? But you can see here, I give it a 2.5 difficulty and a 4 fun. That's because the trophies for that PS3 port were pretty terrible. You didn't even have to do the master sprints. You didn't even have to do like any post-game, quote-unquote post-game, or like collectible. You basically just had to like beat the game. And there were no like unique challenges or anything. It was just like trophies for doing the levels, trophies for beating the game. I think there was like one for getting all the clue bottles in a single level, not even all the levels. So really silly, bad trophy list. This one, surprisingly, was much better. If we take a look here, you will see we have trophies for beating like the bosses and stuff. And then you get trophies for opening all the vaults, for getting like basically all the collectibles. And then you have at the bottom, we have complete 10 Master Thief sprints. I don't know why it's not all of them. But I guess they just didn't want to make another gold trophy, so they were like, let's do a silver and have it only be 10. I don't know, but it's only 10 Master Thief sprints. They are pretty tough. Some are a lot harder than others, so maybe they just thought it was too tough or something for a game that's like I personally, I would rather trophies be really difficult, not because I do this for a living and I want to punish people, but because it's a trophy. You want to be like excited that you got it. And you're already beating the game, so the trophies are more of like an extra challenge on top if you really like the game. So I'm usually for making them harder. But having said that, Sly Cooper is a pretty easy game to beat. So it would be a bit silly to have like a game that's somewhat easy to beat and somewhat like child friendly, and then have the platinum be like super mega hard. So I could understand them being like, oh, let's just have them do 10 and not all of them. But I would prefer to do all of them because they're one of the most fun things about the game. The Master Thief sprints, like, they're really fun because they're challenging, and then you also unlock the developer commentaries when you do them, which is like one of the coolest rewards, I think, in any video game. So I like them a lot. But then on top of that, you have all these really unique challenge trophies, which I did not expect. As you probably know, all these PS4, PS5 classic ports are like, they're not lazy, but they feel lazy. Like, they're less lazy than the PS3 ports. The PS3 ports were straight ports. Like, they just ported the game over, didn't check it, didn't anything, didn't give it trophy support, didn't check to even make sure they worked right. Just like straight hard ports of the discs. In fact, it was basically the same as just throwing a physical disc into the PS3. These ports have a lot more care put into them, but they still feel slightly like annoyingly lazy. Like, they don't make them as much as they should for the fact that it's a whole nother tier on the premium pass. So that's like my first complaint, but they're basically like hard ports, and then you have rewind, and then you have trophy support, which is great, but you know, they're not going above and beyond, right? It's as much as they can do to fulfill their obligation of giving classic games on the classic pass, right? So when it comes to the trophy lists, I expect them to be either complete copies of other ports like the PS3 port, or just kind of like whatever it is to 100% the game. Because a lot of these old PS1, PS2 games, they have literal percentages in the game, like Spyro and Crash and whatnot. So it'd be really easy to make a trophy list that's just like get 100%. And they could do that with Sly Cooper as well, because Sly Cooper has a percentage thing. But fortunately, they simply, or they didn't simply just do that. They actually went through and came up with all these really unique challenges, which is interesting to me because they would have had to actually program this to work in the old game, right? So it's just really impressive that you have stuff like this. This one in particular, jump over all the candles during the chase. We just did this one today, and like, I don't even know how they programmed it to work. Like, it's impressive that they specifically like took this one area of the level, and then you have to jump over the candles on your way through, and then at the end you get the trophy. It's like really interesting. But so yeah, I was very impressed with this list overall. In terms of difficulty, you have to do 10 of the sprints, but you don't have to do all of them. So although the sprints are pretty challenging, you can pick and choose the ones that are easier and the ones that you like the most. And then none of these other ones are like necessarily difficult. They're just kind of fun. And the collectibles aren't bad. They, you know, you get a thing for the Binocucom that shows you exactly where they are. So I would give it like maybe like a 5. I feel like it could maybe go higher, but it's hard because I think the Thief sprints would be pretty tough for someone that didn't grow up playing Sly Cooper, you know. But for me, they're not as hard. Honestly, though, I failed them quite a bit, even though I grew up with the game. So I think 5 is reasonable. Fun-wise, I'm going to give it a pretty good rating. I'm going to give it like a 7.5 maybe. Because they have, you know, a very good... They have the get everything in the game. They have a little bonus extra difficult thing. They have all these interesting challenges you have to do in the levels, some of which are pretty interesting and make you think. This one, take a shortcut over flaming. Like, this one was like really odd to figure out. Complete a cunning disguise without using the barrel. That one was very tricky to figure out. And something that I probably would have done as a kid as like a little challenge to myself. So yeah, I was really impressed. These were actually really fun to get. It did not glitch. And how long did this take us? Let's see. I don't remember if the game itself has... a time on it. I don't think it does. Let's see. Also, it should be noted that you can technically use rewind to make all the trophies like super easy. I would imagine most people wouldn't do that, but it should probably be noted. Oh, it didn't let me pick my file because, okay, whatever. We'll just do this. Yeah, it should be noted that you can actually, it says 8 hours. That sounds about right. You can use the rewind function to like make everything super easy if you want to live that kind of life. So let's do 6 to 8 hours sounds reasonable. Pretty short game, pretty short platinum list. Maybe I should actually put like a little note here. Can use rewind to make the trophies significantly easier. There you go. But yeah, that was Sly Cooper, one of my favorite games growing up. And it's really nice to see it get a better trophy list that more encompasses the entire game and gives you some like bonus stuff to do in a game that you grew up with, you know? Maybe you grew up playing Sly Cooper and you just beat it and got 100% and moved on. Now you can beat it, 100% it, and have some like little bonus challenges to do. So it can give you, you know, put extra life into an old game that you grew up with. And I think that should be like the target for these PlayStation Classic ports. Not just to give us the opportunity to play them again, but like breathe new life into them, you know? So that is our 178th Platinum Trophy.